Okay, these are the Chapter 4 notes for Career Math, Mat 1140. This will cover Chapters 4.1 through 4.4. This recording will cover Chapter 4.1. So we are talking about converting measurements. And we're talking about U.S. customary measurements, which are a little different from what most of the world uses. Okay, so to start, we have got some of the more common. When we talk about length, typically inches, feet, yards, miles. When we talk about mass or weight, ounces to pounds, pounds to tons. When we talk about volume or capacity, teaspoons to tablespoons, ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. Okay? So we can use unit ratios to convert from one unit to the other. And the nice thing about this is a lot of time the unit ratio will tell us what we have to do with the numbers without thinking really hard. Okay? So when we talk about a unit ratio, we are setting this up as a fraction. And I am comparing two things. So if I'm going inches to feet, I want equivalent measures. So I could put 12 inches in the numerator, 1 foot in the denominator. Those are equivalent. There may be a time when I have to use it the other way, 1 foot over 12 inches. Both of those work the exact same way. Okay, so 16 ounces to 1 pound. Oops. We have got 1 pound to 16 ounces if we need it that way. And what we're trying to convert is going to dictate what version of that unit ratio we are going to use. So let's take a look at example 1. We are going to start with 5 feet. I want to convert this to inches. Now keep in mind any whole number can be thought of as a fraction over 1. I don't want feet, I want an answer that is in inches. So I am going to multiply by a unit ratio that's going to give me the opportunity to cancel feet. Units cancel just the way numbers do. So by putting feet in the denominator, I'm going to be able to cancel these units. Okay? 1 foot, I want to convert to inches. This is a straight conversion. 1 foot is 12 inches. So to get this, remember when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. I get 5 times 12, which is 60. 1 times 1 in the denominator over 1. 60 over 1, that's 60 inches. I don't have to write the over 1 part. Okay. 460 ounces to pints. So here's my 460 ounces. Notice up here in my tables, I don't have an ounces to pint conversion. So I am going to figure out what I can cancel ounces with. So I have got a relationship between, I'm going to use this one right here. 8 ounces is 1 cup. I want to cancel ounces, so my ounces has to be in the denominator. 8 ounces is 1 cup, so there's my first conversion. I now have 460 divided by 8, which gives me an answer in cups. I don't want cups, I want pints. And so one more time, 2 cups, and again, it's got to go into the denominator because I want cups to cancel. That's 1 pint. My cups cancel. And when I go to multiply this, I'm going to go ahead and do this step here. I get 460 times 1 times 1 pints. I got 8 times 2, which gives me 16 in the denominator. When I take 460 and divide by 16, I'm going to move my label. I get 28.75 pints. Last one, 2 1/3 yards to inches. And I apologize, when I saved this as a PDF, all my spacing was off, and I guess I did not look very closely. 2 1/3 yards to inches. So 2 1/3 yards to inches. I got that right here. 36 inches is 1 yard. I am going to start though by converting my 2 1/3 yards to a mixed number. So I've got 2 holes of 3 parts each. That's 6 1/3 plus 1 more 1/3. That's 7/3 yards. And my yards goes in the numerator even though I have a fraction. I want yards to cancel, so my 1 yard goes in the denominator. My 36 inches goes in the numerator. My yards cancel. And I also remember that I can write 36 as 3 times 12. So I'm going to write it that way and cancel these 3's, which gives me 7 times 12 inches, or 84 inches. Example 2 says to convert to standard notation. Now, standard notation just means we don't have more units than we need to make something larger. So let me explain. A says 8 pounds, 20 ounces. If we come back up here, we see that 16 ounces is 1 pound. So 20 ounces is more than a pound. So I am going to convert. I still have this 8 pounds, but this 20 ounces, it's 8 pounds and 20 ounces, which we can write as a plus. That is 1 pound and 4 ounces, right? 16 ounces. We'll take that away from 20. We're left with 4. Now I can combine pounds. I get 9 pounds, 4 ounces. B, 1 gallon, 5 quarts. If we see up here, I got 4 quarts makes a gallon. So I'm going to convert this to 1 gallon plus my 5 quarts. That's 1 gallon and 1 quart. I can add the gallons together. I get 2 gallons and 1 quart. C, I have 2 yards, 4 feet, 16 inches. So we are going to start with the smallest units and convert. That's 2 yards plus 4 feet plus 16 inches. There's 12 inches in a yard. 12 inches in a foot. So my 16 inches is 1 foot and 4 inches. I now can combine the feet part. I am at 2 yards, 5 feet, 4 inches. And now I'm going to take a look at the feet. And I'm going to break that into 1 yard and 2 feet. So now I can add these 2 yards together. I end up with 3 yards, 2 feet, and 4 inches. Standard form. Sometimes we have more than one conversion. So I am going to take 54 miles per hour, and that means per 1 hour. And I need to convert to feet per second. So I'm going to write that over here just so I remember what I'm looking for. I don't want hours, I want seconds. So I know 1 hour is 60 minutes. Now I'm in miles per minute. Got to go one more time because 1 minute is 60 seconds. Minutes cancel, and if I take a look at the units that I have right now, I have got miles in the numerator and seconds, miles per second. I don't want miles per second, I want feet per second. So I need miles to cancel. My mile has to go in the denominator, so these cancel. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply everything I have in the numerator. So 54 times 1 times 1 times 5,280. I'm going to move my unit here. I get 285,120 over 1 times 60, which is 3,600. So that's what I'm dividing. I end up with 79.2. And keep in mind, I got to consider my units. Feet per seconds. That's what we wanted our units to be. 79.2 feet per second. I need better spacing. Pretty sure I say that every recording. When we add and subtract customary measurements, first one should be plus, second one should be minus. Figured I'd use the same numbers. I forgot to change the sign in the middle. So 7 pounds, 8 ounces, kind of like when we are adding 2-digit numbers, we want to add like parts. I'm going to add my ounces first. I get 20 ounces. Keep in mind, we saw this before. We know that is 1 pound, 4 ounces. Now, I wonder if I can write this a little smaller. Now we'll move over here. So right now I have 10 pounds, 20 ounces. We know the 20 ounces, though, is 1 pound, 4 ounces. 16 ounces make a pound. So I take those 16 out to make 1 pound. I got 4 ounces left. I now have 11 pounds and 4 ounces. If we need to subtract, again, I'm working with the smallest unit of measure. Now, I cannot take 12 ounces away from 8. So I am going to regroup one of these pounds. That leaves me with 6 pounds. Keep in mind, though, that's 16 ounces. So this becomes 6 pounds, 24 ounces. I'm still subtracting the 12. I've got 24 minus 12 ounces. That leaves me 12 ounces. And then I go to the pounds. 6 pounds minus 3 pounds. 3 pounds, 12 ounces. We can multiply and divide the same way we think we would. If I have 21 gallons, 3 quarts, I'm multiplying that by 8. That gives me 24 quarts and 168 gallons. Okay. 24 quarts. I know there's 4 quarts in a gallon. So if I have 24 quarts, again, I'm using this conversion ratio. Cancel the quarts, not quarter, quarts. 24 over 4, that's 6 gallons. So this becomes 168 gallons plus 6 gallons. And I apologize, I did not leave enough room at all. 174 gallons. If I want to divide 5 gallons, 3 quarts, 1 pint by 3, I'm going to go the opposite way. Divide by 3. I got one group of 3 gallons. Sorry, I can take out 3 gallons. Leaves me with 2 gallons. I really need more room for this. 2 gallons equals 8 quarts. So this is the same as 3 gallons, 11 quarts, and 1 pint. If I'm looking at groups of 3 again, that's 9 quarts. So I'm going to rewrite this as 3 gallons, 9 quarts, and I'm going to take my other 2 quarts and I'm going to convert those to pints. There are 2 pints per quart. So 2 quarts makes 4 pints. Which means I can rewrite this as 3 gallons, 9 quarts, and 5 pints. Now, why would I want to do that? If I am going to divide this by 3, it goes in evenly to the gallons, and I'm going to put everything down here. 3 gallons divided by 3 is 1 gallon. 9 pints divided by 3 is 3. 9 quarts divided by 3 is 3 quarts. And then I've got 5 pints divided by 3. 5 over 3 is 1 2/3 pints. I apologize. I will fix these notes for next semester and give us more room. Hopefully that makes more sense.